welcome back to Design Bundle's YouTube channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Crystal. Today I have a fun project for you. We're going to do a little bit of a combo. So we are going to sublimate this super cute mom design on this t-shirt here, and then we're going to come back in with some screen print confetti. So this is a request that we've had, and we thought we'd go ahead and do it today. So like I said, I've printed out this super cute mom design. I used my Sawgrass SG-1000 for this, and then I just printed it on this 11 by 17. So I'm going to trim this down in a second. And then the screen print confetti I'm using today, this one is Barbie dust, and then we have enchanted apple, and then possibly I may go in with obsidian. I'm not sure how to say that one, so I may or may not use the black, but we do have a video here on the channel using this stuff. We also have a DIY hack to make your very own screen print confetti. We'll have it up above or down below. Now I will have it linked below to the shop that I purchased these from in case you guys are interested. Now a few other things that you're going to need is your heat tape, a lint roller, because you definitely don't want to skip this step when it comes to your t-shirts with sublimation, and then I have a parchment paper. This parchment paper is going to work in two different ways. I'm going to use it with my sublimation. If I don't get any ink on it, I'm going to use it again. If not, I need a new sheet with my screen print. Now, whenever it comes to this, we want to sublimate 400 degrees, 60 seconds, depending on your t-shirt. It could be anywhere from 385 to 400 degrees, 45 to 60 seconds. Okay, but I'm doing 400 degrees, 60 seconds, already preheated. Then you want to pull out your moisture. I've already done that for 5 seconds. And then you want to lint roll. Definitely don't skip this step unless you want blue little dots everywhere, or you want to possibly lose some ink if there is a piece of lint blocking your ink. Okay, so I've already done that as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to trim this down, and then I'm going to tape it down so we don't get any ghosting, and then we're going to press it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my heat press down to the 325, because it's 325 to 350. I want to do 325 so we can avoid any sort of sublimation reactivating, because it reactivates at 385 to 400 degrees. So if we bring it down to that 325 temp, we should be good to go. So what we want to do now is fold this in half so we can find our center, and then I'm going to place it on my t-shirt around 3 fingers down. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I think I'm pretty happy with it right here. And then I'm going to tape it. All right, so once you're happy with your placement, you're going to tape it down to prevent any sort of ghosting. So we are going to do that. We're going to take this along with our parchment over to the heat press. So I'm going to pop this guy out, pop our t-shirt on here. And then I want to avoid any sort of seams as usual, and just get this guy up here like so. All right, I've already adjusted my pressure and everything else. So now we're just going to cover it with that parchment, press it for 60 seconds. So mine's an auto press, so it's just going to pop open by itself. So I've got that going on, and then we are going to get ready for our screen print. So like I said, I'm going to mix the pink and red for sure, just because of the colors that are in the design, and then I may add in a little bit of this black here. Now I will do all of this over on the press, so I'm going to actually take the shirt off, we'll let it cool down, and then we're going to place it back, and I'm going to sprinkle this over on the press, because you don't want to sprinkle it over here because then you have to transport it. So you want to do that on the press, avoiding getting any of it on your press. So we will be back in about 24 seconds. All right, so we're getting the beeping. It's popping open. So we are going to remove our parchment. We're going to place it over here. There's no ink on it, so I'm going to be able to use it again with a screen print. We're going to pull this guy out, and I'm going to get a corner here, and we're going to peel. So here's our first piece. So this is just sublimation. So if you just want to do the sublimation part, you can definitely do so. I think this came out so cute. The t-shirt I'm using is from Cricut, which you can grab locally from even Walmart, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, or you can snag it from Cricut.com as well as Amazon. We have it linked down below. So I've got the t-shirt here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this guy cool down, and then I'm going to drop my heat press. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to do that. So I like to kind of hold mine like this. I'm going to hit mode, and we're going to bring it down to 325. All right, so I've got it at 325, well 320, 325. And then we're going to bring down that time to 12 seconds. So it's 10 to 12 seconds, but because I'm bringing it all the way to the 325, I'm going to go ahead and go that full 12 seconds. All right, So that's ready to go. Hit mode again so it can do its thing. And so we're gonna go ahead and take a break really quick, and I'll be right back. All right, so now that our press has cooled down a little bit to temperature, we're ready to do our screen print confetti. So let's take this stuff over to the press over here, and then we're just gonna load our t-shirt just as normal. So I'm gonna go ahead and load it. I don't need to protect my bottom platen because none's gonna get on there. So if you have a smaller one, like a kid's t-shirt, make sure you protect the lower platen with some blowout paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and get our t-shirt up here, and then I'm gonna start to sprinkle. You can get it on your sublimation design if you prefer, or you could sprinkle all the way around, whatever you wanna do. So I'm gonna start off with my pink here. Hopefully you guys can see this okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just sprinkle this stuff all the way around my design here, okay? So I can always get a few little pieces inside if I want. And then I'm gonna go back in with that red. So I'm gonna go in here with my red and then just sprinkle a few pieces of that as well. All right, cute. And then, like I said, I don't know if I wanted to do some of the black, but I think I'm going to try just a few pieces kind of here and there, maybe at the top and then that lower bottom there. So nothing too crazy, if you will. So just a few little pieces. Probably a total of 10 pieces. So just very minimal, just to give it that little bit of something. And then now I want to cover it with my parchment. And I'm actually going to need one more. So I'm going to get into this drawer right here and grab me one more of these little guys. So I talk about these all the time. I get them from Amazon. You're going to get them in little bundles like this. It just makes it so easy to grab. They're already cut out for us. And then here we go. So we are ready to press this for 12 seconds. So I need to make sure that this guy is ready to press. There we go. 12 seconds. So this is going to let those inks kind of flatten out and absorb into the t-shirt. You can wash this wash after wash, and you're going to be good to go. All right, so there's our 12 seconds. And then we're just simply going to peel this guy out of our way. So bringing it down to that 325, like I said, is not going to, it's going to keep it out of that sublimation range, if you will, because 400 degrees is going to start that sublimation process again, and you don't want to do that. So drop it down to that 325, then add on your screen print confetti, and this is just going to boost your t-shirt up even more. So whether you're making these t-shirts for yourself, or maybe you're going to sell them on Etsy or Shopify or your local swap site like Instagram, Market, or Facebook, this is going to bring the price of this t-shirt up even more. So lots of fun things to do with these. And once again, you could definitely DIY your very own screen print confetti if you wanted to. So lots of different options. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.